Good morning. My name is Megan Dodson. I work with the National Weather Service in Northern Indiana. Today is March 3rd, 2023 at 4:53 a.m. And this is a weather briefing about the multifaceted system expected today that'll bring us a wintry mix of rain and snow, in addition to gusty winds and possible flooding. The forecast hasn't changed too much as far as amounts go, with 4 to 8 inches with localized amounts up to 10 in the northwest, in the winter storm warning area, and 2 to 5 in the winter weather advisory. We also expect gusty winds up to 45 miles an hour with potential for some flooding in the areas that receive the heavy rain. So the main changes, we just upgraded and expanded our winter wind advisory and winter weather advisories, and this will be the last briefing for this event unless there are major changes. So we'll start with the precipitation forecast. The rain will move in this morning and afternoon and change to snow from northwest to southeast. And as far as how early it will change over, it's a little bit uncertain, and that could impact things. About 4 to 8 inches of snow is expected in the winter storm warning area. This is the area most likely to see those 8 to 10 inch amounts, those isolated amounts up to 10 inches that we were mentioning. It will all depend on how things kind of work out and how quick that changeover happens. And then we got about 2 to 5 inches in the winter weather advisory area. And like we said before, the confidence is really low to medium as the track of the system could shift as it has been through this whole week. And if the wintry mix or rain prevails longer than expected with warmer temperatures, those snow amounts will be lower. And the snow is going to be really wet and heavy. And so, we're going to have greater potential for power outages with the snow wind combo and less chance for blowing and drifting. The rain is also going to move in and be more moderate to heavy in the southeast there, so around 1 to 2 inches are expected. And we say liquid equivalent because a lot of this is going to be snow up here. But basically along and south of 24, we have 1 to 2 inches of rain. Some river forecasts are going to go into minor or moderate flood by this weekend. And we do have the chance for some isolated thunderstorms. SBC has us in a outlook for marginal risk for severe weather in our southern CWA. And the forecast confidence is pretty low just because we're not sure how unstable we'll be able to get, how severe things will really be. But it won't take much to mix some of those stronger winds down to the surface. We have, 35 to 45 mile an hour wind gusts now. If we might be able to mix some of those higher gusts closer to 60 down if, things are just turn out right. So there's some threat of damaging winds and obviously heavy rain and flooding in the south, but otherwise, the main thing is going to be the ground's already saturated from the recent rainfall, so we're going to see additional rises in the area of rivers and streams and renewed flooding in maybe those low-lying or flood-prone areas. Last but not least, we have those wind gusts, 35 to 45 miles an hour expected widespread late this evening, and we could have gusts up to about 40 expected overnight, a little bit later beyond the timing of the wind advisory, but we're expecting the northeast winds to gradually shift to the north and then northwest overnight. The max wind speeds are going to be this afternoon and evening. That's what you see here in this image. And the combination of winds with heavy wet snow across the west and the saturated soils in the areas which is rain along and south of 24 might lead to downed trees, branches, and power outages. It'll just depend on how things really evolve. And last but not least, there's a small craft advisory that becomes a gale warning for Lake Michigan this afternoon and evening. So that's the latest update. If you need more information, there's some websites here for you to check out. Otherwise, just send us a note on social media and we can get in touch with you. Thank you.